Watch what this baby does. They didn't get hurt, but before they cry, before they laugh, before they do anything, they look up. They're checking one thing. How is the person I trust going to react? That half-second glance, psychologists have a name for it. And by the time your baby is 12 months old, they've already run that same check thousands of times. And it's quietly building one of 3 blueprints that could shape every relationship they have for the rest of their life. Today, we're breaking down the 3 attachment styles, how they form before your baby can even talk, and the part most parenting content leaves out, whether they can still change. If you're new here, welcome to Baby Brain Insights, where we take real developmental psychology and break it down simply. No jargon, no guilt, just the science of what's actually happening in your baby's mind. Let's get into it. In the 1970s, a psychologist named Mary Ainsworth ran an experiment that's still considered one of the most important in child development research. It's called the strange situation. Here's how it worked. A mother and baby would sit in a room together. Then a stranger would walk in. Then the mother would briefly leave. Then she'd come back. Ainsworth wasn't watching whether the baby cried when mom left. Almost all of them did. She was watching something more specific. What happened when mom came back? That single reunion moment revealed the baby's attachment style, the internal rule book they'd already built for what to expect from the people they depend on. About 60–65% of babies fall into this first category, secure attachment. When mom left the room, these babies got upset. That's normal. That's a healthy bond. But when she came back, they went straight to her, were easily comforted, and within a couple of minutes, they were back to playing. What's actually happening in their mind is this. When I'm distressed, the person I trust shows up and things get better. That's it. That's the whole blueprint. It sounds simple, but it's everything. Securely attached babies tend to come from caregivers who are what psychologists call consistently responsive. Not perfect, not available every single second, but predictable. When the baby signals distress, someone responds, most of the time. Here's the reassuring part. Responsive doesn't mean instant. It doesn't mean never frustrated. It means the pattern, over thousands of small moments, says you can count on me. The second style shows up in roughly 15–20% of babies, anxious attachment, sometimes called ambivalent attachment. In the strange situation, these babies were extremely distressed when mom left, more than the others. But here's the strange part. When she came back, they didn't settle easily. They'd reach for her and push her away at the same time. Cling, then arch their back. Cry to be picked up, then squirm to get down. The underlying belief forming here is, I don't know if you're coming back, and I don't know if it'll help when you do. This pattern is often linked to inconsistent caregiving. Not neglectful, just unpredictable. Maybe a caregiver who's warm and attentive sometimes, but distracted, stressed, or overwhelmed at other times. Not due to anything wrong with them as a parent, but just life. The baby can't predict which version they're going to get, so they stay on high alert, even after they're reunited. The third style is the one that surprises parents most, avoidant attachment, in roughly 20% of babies. In the experiment, when mom left, these babies barely reacted, and when she came back, they ignored her, kept playing, almost ice cold. For decades, researchers assumed this meant the baby didn't care, but when they measured the baby's heart rate and stress hormones during this calm reaction, their bodies were in full distress. They'd simply learned not to show it. The blueprint forming here is, showing I need you doesn't get me anything, so I'll stop showing it. This often develops when a baby's bids for comfort have been consistently met with discomfort from the caregiver. Not cruelty, but maybe a caregiver who's anxious about clinginess, encourages early independence, or is uncomfortable with big emotional displays. The baby adapts by minimizing the very signal that isn't getting a response. Here's where I want to slow down, because this is the part that causes the most parental anxiety and the part most content gets wrong. First, attachment style is not fixed at 12 months. It's not a life sentence, and it's not a verdict on you as a parent. Research on what's called earned security shows that attachment patterns can and do shift through later relationships, therapy, and yes, through changes in how a caregiver responds going forward. Second, this isn't about being a perfect parent. Ainsworth's own research found securely attached babies still had caregivers who got it wrong constantly, distracted, tired, short-tempered sometimes. What mattered wasn't perfection. It was repair, coming back, reconnecting, reestablishing I'm here after the hard moments. So if you just recognized your baby or yourself in the anxious or avoidant pattern, that's not a diagnosis. It's information. And the single most protective thing you can do isn't flawless responsiveness. It's consistency and repair over time. So, secure, anxious, or avoidant? Which one did you recognize? I'd genuinely love to know. Drop it in the comments. No judgment. This is exactly why this channel exists. If this helped you understand your baby a little better, hit subscribe. Every week, we break down one more piece of what's really going on inside that tiny, complicated, brilliant mind. And if you want to go deeper, next week we're covering the one caregiver behavior that predicts secure attachment better than anything else. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching the Baby Brain Insights. I'll see you in the next one.